With over 1,200 plus entertainment industry guests and almost 6 million viewers, live from the Pepper J production studio, it's the ActorsE Chat Show.
Hi, welcome to ActorsE Chat. I'm your host, Pepper J. Today, we will be speaking with the director and a couple of actors from a new sci-fi crime thriller, Mindtalker. So let's welcome the director, Minh Nguyen. Welcome back to ActorsE Chat, Minh Nguyen. Been a long time since you've been on the show.
Thank you, Pepper. Thank you for having me here. Love it.
And you are the director of Mindtalker. Tell us a little bit about this movie.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi crime thriller. It's about the character Ben Stone who goes on a pursuit of a suspect with his partner Angel, and they do kind of the thing you're not supposed to do, the taboo thing of splitting up. So they split up, and then Ben gets hit on the head by the criminal, and that sends him to the hospital. But out of that injury, it births a gift of telepathy, and he uses the power of telepathy to solve the rest of the story, the mystery. Wow.
Now I understand that you shot down in Mexico. Where and what was that like?
We shot down in Rosarito, Mexico, and it was really a great experience, to be quite honest. It's different from typical Los Angeles setting, and very relaxed and very enjoyable, and the people there working there were very accommodating.
Am I correct that you also wrote the screenplay?
Yes, I did.
And how long did that take you?
2 months.
Oh, that's very quick for screenplay.
Yeah, I wrote it actually right after the lockdown of the pandemic. I just locked myself in the room and wrote it.
That'll be doing. Now, every film has challenges. Any particular challenges in Mindtalker?
Yeah, there were a few challenges. First off, I took the initiative to shoot the film during the pandemic, last July and August of 2020. And so, that was a hurdle we had to overcome. We had some casting challenges because some people were, a little bit apprehensive about, working during the pandemic. But I assured them we would follow certain safety protocols as we tested people before they worked on set. And then, some people didn't want to cross the border internationally. And so that was a little bit of a challenge getting people over there. And, but we made it happen. We made it work within that time frame, yeah.
Now, Mindtalker will be released this month in August 2021.
Yes.
And it can be seen on lots of different formats and available on DVD in many, many outlets. Tell us a little bit about where people can see Mindtalker.
Yeah, so it will be available on August 17th, 2021 this year, and it's available on Amazon, iTunes, Fandango Now, Google Play, YouTube Movies, Vudu, Hoopla, DirecTV, Dish TV, Sling TV, Xbox, and what else? And then you can buy the DVD on Amazon, Barnes & Noble's, Best Buy, and Walmart.
Wow. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Let's take a look at the trailer for Mindtalker.
All right, let's do it.
Officer down, need help.
You've been talking in your sleep.
So you can see and hear me.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. We're in the hospital speaking to total strangers with your mind.
What's going on, Ben?
I believe you have telepathy.
How did you get in my house?
I'm a detective.
So why are you here?
Who's there? Time's running out for me.
Welcome to ActorsE Chat, Taylor Jed Martin.
Pleasure to be here.
You are the lead in Mindtalker.
Mindtalker, yes.
Tell me a little bit about your character, Ben Stone, is it?
Ben Stone, yes. Ben Stone, he's a detective. I think he has some struggle with his family life a little bit and balancing what he feels is right in his career, balancing the relationship that he has with his wife, and at the same time, striving, I think, to perfection almost to a fault. Taking a lot of the cases that he takes on as personal cases and obviously has a very unfortunate accident, and ends up having some new abilities and gifts as he goes through that traumatic experience.
Well, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, what is it like to work with the director, Ninwin? That's a surprise question.
Wonderful. Yeah, I worked with Min previous to this spot, so we worked on a music video actually a few years back, and we were able to kind of keep in touch, and this kind of came up completely out of the blue. He and I were talking more on the other side of the camera for a while, and then yeah, he reached out to me just totally out of the blue and said, hey, I've got this script, I have you in mind for this character, and I'd love to have you read. And so it was a surprise. It was a surprise, but Min is a great guy, you know, and for me, when I look at projects, it is about the director. That's a really big part of it for me, and somebody that knows the process of an actor, is able to keep an actor comfortable, you know, while they're in performance or on set. And somebody that just has a really great heart, a really great visionary, you know, the ability to see things through from beginning to end, and we'll say do what it takes to achieve that.
Very nice, though. It's also been my experience working with him. Let me ask you, how did you get started in acting?
This goes back a long time. I'll try to keep it condensed. I was an extremely shy child. I wasn't involved in any kind of dramatic arts. You would never see me on stage. I was in a unique position where my father's company was shooting a commercial, and the talent that was supposed to be in that commercial didn't show up. And they had this whole crew there, and they needed somebody to do the spot. And they pleaded with me to do it, and I was extremely hesitant. End of the day, I ended up doing the spot. Everybody really liked it. At that time, I was in Wisconsin. There was an agent that was in Green Bay that saw the commercial and said, hey, we can get you a lot of work, and that's where it started.
Of Mindtalker, was there anything specific about working on this project that you were really glad that you experienced?
The whole thing was an adventure. It really was. Going down to Mexico and filming was, we just had a great time. You know, I mean, we worked long days, as you do within the independent filmmaking world. So we worked long days, but every step of the way we really kept our amusement about us, and we had a ton of fun, whether we were on set or whether we were off set. And really great team, you know, both behind the camera and the rest of the cast. I was there throughout the duration, obviously, and so I got a chance to really meet everybody and get to know everybody, and everybody's kind of staying in the same house, so you end up creating these kind of personal relationships, so to say, and able to help people run lines and you know, kind of block scenes out, and being able to do some of those other things that I love, and being able to help men out a little bit with, you know, different production aspects. And so it was very hands-on all the way through it, and it was truly an adventure. It was truly an adventure, and a fun one at that.
Welcome, Martin Chavez, to ActorsE Chat.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit about your role in Mindtalker.
Okay, so I play Henry, and he is a wealthy businessman that's pulled himself up by his own bootstraps, and basically he doesn't like to give his money away. So I don't want to give away too much, but if you know what that means.
What did you enjoy most about working on the Mindtalker project?
What I enjoyed most, I would say, is having the freedom to do, to create this person, this Henry person, and just, yeah, having that freedom of creativity to work.
Where was it in Mexico that you shot?
In Rosarito.
Oh, I love that beach.
First time there was beautiful.
Yeah, nice, very nice. And how did you get started in acting?
So, rewind a few years. I'm originally from New York, and I used to do a lot of commercial print in New York. And one of the ladies at this agency that I worked with, one day she said, would you like to do some acting? And I didn't know any better. I said, sure. She said, I know this lady. She's looking for she said like she's looking for a Latino kid for some soap or something. I said, sure. So she connected me with this lady, and Toby Gibson. She became my first manager, and that's how I got started. She started sending me out and commercials and TV stuff, and that's where it started.
What did you like most about working on the Mindtalker project?
The Mindtalker project, besides being in Rosarito, beautiful locations, and working with Min, just being able to spread my wings as an actor and be free to do what I want to do.
And I know you have future projects, and I've been told that you're not at liberty to speak about them yet.
Not at the moment.
So I will say thank you so much for joining us on ActorsE Chat.
Thank you.
Amber Pauline, welcome to ActorsE Chat.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
And tell us a little bit about your role in Mindtalker.
Ooh, the role of Ruby, the pop star that gets everything she wants at the height of her career. I really like the character because it was something different than I've ever played. But of course, growing up, like I always loved, girls idolize pop stars, so that was something I really had a lot of fun playing with.
What was your favorite part about working on the Mindtalker movie?
Ooh, well, it was an adventure to begin with. I met Min previously in my acting class, and working beside him was very unique because he always had a way of bringing out a part of you as an actor that you're maybe getting you out of your comfort zone that you wouldn't be able to get there on your own. And it was an adventure going to Rosarito and filming out there. That was my first time ever traveling that far for something like for a role like this. This was a very big role for me, and when we spoke about it, when he spoke to me about it on the phone, it was something, once he told me about it, immediately I was drawn into it, and I said I had to be a part of it.
Very cool. And how did you get started in acting?
I wanted to be one since I was a kid, but my parents didn't really support that. And then growing up as an adult, I still always had that urge, like that it was in me to always want that. And I looked up, I found a reel studio, Jig Reel Studios. I spoke to him as a mentor, started doing extra work, found an acting class through someone I met doing extra work. And then after that acting class, I started getting booking roles. That's actually how I met Min. And since then, it's been good. I'm even working on my own projects right now.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. And is there any future project that you could tell us about?
On my own, I have something I'm developing. It's a show. And I'm actually also in the works of developing a documentary for an upcoming actor.
Oh, very, very nice.
Yes.
Well, Amber, it's a pleasure to have you on ActorsE Chat.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us on ActorsE Chat. I'm your host, Pepper J. Until next time.